Hey, there we go.
There we
There
go.
we are. Hey, yeah, okay. Where's my glasses? We have no intro. We have nothing else. I will explain that here in a minute. After I, holy shit, I can't see. My glasses are dirty. After I do some administrative stuff, of course.
Right.
Well, just. Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I was gonna say you'll have to relog back into
Again?
everything. Yeah.
No, I logged it in. Hey, everybody, I'm here. Just give me a minute.
Oh, yeah.
All right, don't everybody talk at once here. I'm
Sorry.
trying to do this, so.
So how are you today?
I'm doing well.
Awesome.
Oh, that's a lot of talking. You shouldn't talk so much now.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Still trying to get things in order.
Do. Keep pushing buttons. I'm sorry, there's no intro to cover up my having to do all this.
You didn't play a song or anything?
No, he didn't have anything. He don't have the intro.
Oh, okay. I got
So
you.
we just went straight in.
And
Straight
apparently my page is no longer being managed by me because it's not in the list. The radio show page. I'm not shitting you. It's not in here.
That's weird.
That is weird.
I found it and it went away. Anyhow, yeah, so the machine is in a new location currently. I am using somebody else's equipment, which is actually kind of getting unnerving because I'm so used to where I know exactly where everything is.
Right.
You know, on mine, and I can do it in a matter of seconds.
Hit that button
What button?
on the stream deck.
Which one?
The stream deck.
Which button?
The middle one.
Yeah.
The one that says
That was record.
not to record. Hit-
Which?
Hey, there we are.
Do you guys really have to look at yourselves?
No. Everybody else might want to see our smiling faces.
I was okay with them just seeing me. I mean, actually, I wasn't okay with them seeing me. Anyhow, of course, you know, as per usual, welcome to the machine. I'm Brandon,
And Matt.
And I'm Ho-Ho.
and we are actually at Ho-Ho's studio because, as most people know by now, mine got blown away.
Yes, it did.
There was an F3 tornado that come ripping through my neighborhood and pretty much destroyed everything I own. Isn't that not correct?
Yes, it is.
And I was actually there, but you know, notice, hey, everything's still attached. I even checked my testicles at least twice.
That's it?
Well, yeah, there was two of them. I had to check at least twice.
Well, okay.
Oh, you
all
kind of
right.
ruined my little thing there because I was going to be like 1, 2, and 3. Yep, they're all there.
But you can also tell. Obviously, I'm fairly exhausted. I am just wore out. That's not that I'm a beautiful person in the first place, but my face is just burnt to shit from the weather. But all I can say is I'm still alive, and all my friends that I checked on were still alive. You know, we're still here.
Mm-hmm.
But it was an F3 tornado. It pretty much wiped out. There was 406 houses and counting, I believe, that were actually damaged. The number that I got earlier was 36 were a total loss. As in, either they are not there at all, or they are uninhabitable and will not be inhabitable for either quite some time. They're going to be bulldozed, probably more than likely. It was a surrealistic nightmare. It really was. I mean, who the fuck thinks about a tornado in December?
Right. Not only that, I mean, Christian County, we've been very, very fortunate. You know, we've had a lot of tornadoes basically go around us, you know, just because of where we're located. You know, we've had a lot go around us, but this is pretty well the first one that went as much in town as it did, and the biggest one that I can remember, at least.
According to my research, and I mean, I did some pretty difficult research trying to find it out. The last time that a tornado had actually hit Taylorville and hit it directly and hit it good was 1908. I'm going to throw him through a fucking window here in a minute. He's got this little creepy thing that keeps looking at me and talking to me and stuff. But, yeah, not since then. And, of course, back then there wasn't really much here. There was just miner shacks and stuff like that. But, you know, it was absolute destruction. Yeah, it was a very difficult and very ugly thing, and there's a long story behind it, especially what I had done after, before, during, and after, because like he said, we've heard these, you know, we hear the sirens all the time. They're testing them or something else like that, and you're like, oh right, a windstorm. You know, we don't have sound effects. I have to make my own. Fuck you if you don't like it, okay? I'm watching you. We never took them seriously because, like he said, every single time one of them happened, it just passed by. It'd go basically straight down the highway, miss everybody. You might have a couple shingles missing from the winds, you know, from the outer winds or whatever, and that's pretty much it. That's all there was.
Well, that, and also, like, whenever it was in Raymond, it was classified as an F0 or an F1. You know, the one that hit over there, or when it hit over there, it wasn't that powerful. And the only F3 that was categorized for the entire tornado system was the one that hit Taylorville.
Yeah, it was the only one.
That was the only one that was classified that has, like, holy crap, why are we so unlucky?
Yeah, we got hit with the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because after it finished here, I believe it was an F1 that dropped and headed from Stonington to just a little over the Macon County line.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was...
Not here. Yeah. Definitely not.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we got hammered.
Well, I guess, I mean, since I can I can relate to unfortunately everybody's story out there because I've talked to every one of the neighbors and gotten their stories and stuff like that. In fact, I got something in the works for that. I'm going to make an attempt to actually get their stories on video and compile them.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And not necessarily for a journalistic type thing, you know, for the shows or whatever else like that, or for Weaponized Sloth Productions, but because I believe they need to be told. Yeah. Because it was probably the most terrifying thing. At least it's happened in my life. I mean, I've been through some shit. And I've done some dumb things in the name of fun that, you know, could possibly maim or kill me.
We chased down a tornado once.
Yep, and I was never so terrified as to when that happened.
Yeah, well, and I tell you what, too, man. You know, these type of storms, you know, they bring out the best and the worst in people. Mm-hmm. You know, and we've definitely seen both. You know,
yeah.
That Saturday night, you know, the reports of looting that happened and everything else, and then what happened at Middy's, you know, while
he was in there.
Yeah, while he was there. It's like, are you kidding me? You can't wait for him to leave or something? It's like, what in the world? You know, I mean, he was getting ticked, and definitely I can understand why, you know. But, you know, with also, though, the people that have come together, you know, to help with the cleanup and just trying to give some resemblance of normalcy again.
Right.
You know, with how many organizations from how many different, not just counties, not just towns, but states that have showed up to help for the cleanup. That was pretty awesome.
And all these people, you know, I mean, Oh, we actually have somebody. I keep forgetting we don't have Restream chat up, so anybody that's on Mixer and Twitch and everything can't see what can't talk to us.
If you go into Restream.
Yes, Josh, we are going to be on, obviously. Okay, where do I go, buddy? Right here? Bottom right corner.
I don't know.
Nope, that's not it.
What's the little message icon in the?
Go to.
Is there?
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Matt. Thank you, Matt. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Yeah, good job, Matt. Good show, man.
There's a
Good
little
show.
chat menu
At
there.
least somebody's paying attention. Since they redid the setup on it,
I like the old setup better.
yeah,
where I have the chat separate.
I'm still trying to figure. I mean, I don't look
But
at
yeah,
it all that often.
listener Josh, the show must go on, and even if it's just to have the tornado edition and tell everybody what happened. And I mean, like I said, I can tell my story, but really, it's the story of everybody out there.
Oh yeah.
To be honest with you, I did do some things that were a little bit different than everybody else, but unfortunately, it's just how it goes.
Right.
I guess I'll just start from the beginning. Just like I said, from my perspective on what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yours truly was sitting in his, sitting in the shop, doing some work. I just got back from a trade show, and no sooner loaded the truck, and immediately the weather started going funny. It was getting dark, even earlier than what it should have done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was sitting at my desk, and I was watching the weather reports and stuff like that, and I was like, yeah, whatever. I just kept doing what I was doing. My phone rings. It's my mother. Their house is on the property where the shop is. And she said, your sister just called. There's a tornado on the ground. You need to come inside with me. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Click. Hung up the phone on my mother. And we're
Such a good son.
Yeah.
I bet you listen next time.
Yeah.
You forgot to mute your phone
Where is my phone?
on the tripod thing over there.
Oh, yeah.
This thing.
Yeah.
Well, about 2 minutes go by, and my phone calls again. She goes, please, please. She said, please come inside. And what the fuck, dude?
I'm trying to mute it.
She said, please come inside, and I'm like, no, I really don't need to. I'm fine. I'm in a perfectly solid building. I'll be fine. And then she started basically acting hysterical. And I was like, all right, fine. I'll go inside. I'm gonna go inside for her. And I took my time. I mean, I really did. I was like, well, I better unplug my computer. Plug the power. Shut the power supply off. Pull the power from it. I'm like, okay. He's like, oh shit, my batteries are dead for my vape. I went and plugged them in. I grabbed some of my stuff, grabbed my keys, and I walked outside. And that's when I knew. Something was possibly not right, and it's the weirdest thing ever that I've ever experienced. The air tasted funny.
Really?
Like when I took in a breath, I was like, the fuck is, I was like, what is that? I was like, that tastes terrible. What is that? And I kept going, I kept thinking that. I was walking to the door, I'm like, what the hell? And I get inside, my ears are already kind of bugging me, but I thought it was because, my sinuses, whatever else like that. I was like, oh, my ears are bugging me. I was like, all right, go inside. My friend Mark was with me. You guys know him as Silent Bob. We walked in the back door, and we go to the front room where mom was. She's watching the TV. This is 1 minute before it hit. And I look at the screen; it's already fuzzing out and everything else like that. And I'm like, "Well, that sucks." Look at the the weather; it's kind of crappy. And I was like, "Well, the only central space in their home, their entire home, is the hallway, because they have no basement, they have no crawl space. I mean, there's an access panel for a crawl space, to work on pipes or whatever, but there's nothing else. And we got mom in the middle, right in the middle of that hallway, between the closet door and this bedroom door, because that's a support beam. I set her down there. We got the dogs, her dogs with us, and we set them there. And Mark was closer to the kitchen. I was at the back door. And mind you, like I said, this is in a sequence of less than a minute. I walked to the back door, and of course my mom's already screaming and crying, and the power went out. She started screaming and crying more, and I look at her and I'm like, would you shut the fuck up? We've been through a power outage before. And she's just looking at me. I'm like, seriously, just calm the fuck down. We'll be fine. And when the power, and like I said, the power just went out. And I had my hand on the doorknob, and I went ahead and deadbolted it. And, the window's what? Like 2.5, 2 foot by 1 foot wide?
Yeah.
Inside that door. I looked out the window. And that's when I realized we're going to have a problem. Because I saw a green flash of light. I actually saw the silhouette of it coming right at us. And my eyes obviously got real big. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. I spun around as fast as I could, and my back's at the door. I'm touching the door. And I looked at my mom and said, get the fuck on the ground, lay down right now, it's here. And Mom, how we screw with each other back and forth and everything else like that. No,
Yeah.
You guys haven't seen that on the show. Mom's like, oh, ha, ha. And I'm like, Mom, I'm not joking. And that time, I literally dove on top of her and smashed her to the ground. I fucking linebackered her ass right on the floor and held her down. And Mark's on one side of her, and I'm on the other. And I think, Mark's holding on for dear life onto her, and I'm just trying to flatten them both as much as I can. And that's when it hit. And when they say it sounds like a freight train, they aren't fucking lying.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, I was like, oh, shit. Oh, shit.
We're going to Oz.
Yeah. Well, while this is going on, my poor mother, I mean, she's just screaming. She's like, oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God. And the whole time, I'm literally, how is it I'm always the calm one when something happens? Have you guys not ever noticed that? I'm usually the one that's literally the most level-headed when something stupid happens.
That's because you're used to doing something stupid.
I know, but shut up. But I'm looking, I'm on top of my mom and say, Mom, we're fine. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And the whole time, I'm like, that's a bunch of bullshit. We're not going to be okay. This motherfucker's coming off the foundation. We're going to die. And I was thinking in my head, I'm like, this is it. This is the end of it. We are going to die.
I forgot to delete my search history.
And I'm like, oh my God, what? But seriously, I was like, what are we? Gavin, you rock. Who's Gavin? Is that your son out there bothering me?
Yeah, he's on Spreaker.
How dare you let that kid touch anything?
Hi, Gavin.
And this is going on for a while, and I'm not kidding you. The window blew out of that door, and it hit me in the head. I mean, it literally come out in one whole chunk, just bopped me in the dome, flipped into that bedroom that was right next to me. It actually knocked the door open with the window. I mean, it knocked it open, and I'm hearing debris, and I picked up my beanie. I mean, it's in here somewhere, but I almost saved it and didn't wear it again. I almost went and bought another one because there was pieces of sticks stuck in the top of my beanie. I never told Mom that because I didn't want her to think, oh shit. I was like, there was pieces of it stuck in my beanie, and this thing's going on. I'm feeling, the floor joists just jump up and down. I felt the whole house just, literally pick up and slam down at least 3 times that I could count, And this is the horrible part. I was thinking about all this as it was going on. I was like, okay, the house is twisting. The house, I'm trying to assess the situation as it's going on as best I can. Mm-hmm. And how are we going to survive this? That's all I kept thinking was how am I going to keep my mother alive, at this point. And it didn't take but a minute. It felt like an eternity, but it finally passed. Hey, get a drink. But it finally passed. And I was on the phone with my dad. Like, just nonchalantly called my dad, and I'm like, Dad, it's all gone. He's like, what do you mean it's all gone? He didn't even know that a tornado actually hit. He was out the plant. He thought it was just a heavy storm. was like, Dad,
Right.
it's all gone. It's all gone. I was like, the garage is gone. You know, the garage is gone. Everything's gone. And I was like, I got to go. He's like, wait, what? I hung up my phone. And I don't remember a lot of what happened after that. I really don't. It wasn't until like 24 hours later when I sat down and finally got a breath. Really made myself sit down and try and get myself back together. And people telling me what exactly I had done. I ran out the back door. And I just looked at the garage. I'm like, oh shit. I was like, it's all gone. And I looked over, and with the flashes of lightning and stuff like that, I saw Dave's house, Bob's old house behind us. Mm-hmm. And they said they heard me. They said they heard me scream. And I took off running as fast as I could through all that debris, I kicked his fence over. I was like a bull in a china shop. I mean, I was out of there. And I went running. I'm screaming, are you guys okay? Are you guys okay?
Sparta kicked the fence.
Yeah, I straight up double kicked that thing to get through. But I was looking for Dave. I knew, I was like, oh my God. They're going to be hurt. Somebody's going to be hurt. And I get out there and I was like, Dave, he's like, yeah, we're right here. I was like, are you guys okay? He said, don't come any closer, because I'm still running. They're like, don't come any closer. It's power lines. I'm like, fuck, the power lines are dead. I was like, all the transformers exploded. I know, I was watching them. But I ran over there, and I actually, I don't know why it popped in my head, but I almost wanted to physically touch each person that was there to make sure that they were okay.
Right.
And then I looked over in the corner of my eye. I was like, oh my God, Steve's house. Steve's house was gone. There was nothing left. Barely even pieces of the foundation were there. And I'm screaming. I'm like, I don't know if he's here. I don't know if he's alive. I'm screaming, Steve, are you here? Steve, are you here? And I looked over and I realized his truck wasn't there. It was usually parked out front. And even if the tornado got it, I'd at least see it. It'd be damaged or fucking thrown into his house, but it'd be there. I looked around. I was like, okay, he's not home. Good. Missy across the street, she's deaf, and her daughter has Asperger's, and a real strong bout of it. And they were outside just screaming. I ran over there, and I guess I scared the hell out of them because I had my light bar in my hand. I ran up to them. They knew it was me. And I said, get back in the house and get down in that basement. And they just looked at me and said, get in the fucking basement now. And the daughter's, she's like, okay, sir. I'm the fuck out of here. She runs down in the basement. And I grabbed Missy and I help her into the basement. And the daughter's like, where's the dog? I want the dog. I want the dog. It's like, I'll get the fucking dog. You stay right here. So I grabbed this little weasel, I brought it downstairs. And I handed her to him, like, here's your dog. I was like, here's my light. I kept trying to hand him my light. I was like, you guys stay here. I said, I know I said, this part I do remember saying after I had finally, the haze had come over, come out. I kept saying, I don't care if it's a policeman or a firefighter or EMS or whatever, you don't leave this fucking spot until I get back. I basically told him, don't ignore EMS. You're staying right fucking here. I'm coming for you. I will be there. And I better check something here. Okay, we're good. And then I remember that, and I started remembering, like I said, I started remembering all this. I guess I went to multiple houses. I must have cleared 2 blocks, and I didn't even realize I did it. And, my neighbor Jen, who we'll talk about her and what, and them here in a minute. I raced over to her. She's outside screaming. I was like, you stay right there. I'll be right there. And dug myself through the fucking debris of their backyard. Got to her, made her go back into the house, into their house and go in front. And my dad finally, I don't know how, managed to get through. Some people managed to get through. I got mom's dogs in the back. I went inside. I got Jen's dogs on their leashes. I was like, you take them and you get outside right now. I was like, you get with everybody else and stay there. And I knew he was on vacation, but I still, for some reason, ran over to my buddy's building, the big building.
Yeah.
It's been there since 1916. It was a landmark of Taylorville. It was a beautiful building. And I run over there, and I'm standing there, I'm going, I was almost literally in shock at that point. I'm like, oh my God, it's gone.
Dude, whenever
I was like, I figured when the apocalypse happened, it was going to be cockroaches in this fucking building. I mean, this thing is not going nowhere. It was built by the best of the best back in 1916. And I'm like, looking at it going, holy shit. The roof's over there. Where the fuck is the rest of it?
dude, whenever I came into town, because I had to go through the country and I wasn't even able to get to the shop because like all the roads were blocked to get there. And I ended up parking totally on the other side next to Shumway in their lot. And I'm like, okay, I'm this close. I got to go. So I went over there. I was starting to walk into the shop. And as I'm walking, I get a little buddy following me. I found a cat. Yeah. He was cute. And then whenever I got to that building, I looked over and I'm like, there used to be a building right there. I was floored. The whole thing completely gone, bricks scattered everywhere. Yeah, it was a definite holy shit.
Yeah, it was a shock. And, here I'm being an idiot and I'm out running around in this shit. And I look over in the corner of my eye, because like I said, there's no light. There's no pole lights, nothing left. And there was enough of a faint glow that I saw the bobcat. I was like, the fucking bobcat, it's right there. And I ran over to it. And you can't see him now. Well, you see some nicks and stuff like that. These guys can see my hands; they're tore the hell up. Mm. But I raced to that bobcat, and I was pulling. I was grabbing handfuls of fucking glass. I wasn't even paying attention to what I was doing. I was grabbing glass. I was grabbing bricks. There was debris all over it, and I'm like, "Get the fuck off my machine, you son of a bitch!" I'm like throwing this thing everywhere, and I'm like, I tried to move it. I tried to use the pedals to move the bucket and stuff like that. And they were fucking stuck. It's like, shit, I had to get back out. And I was ripping bricks out of it and shit like that. Throwing things, everything's going everywhere. And I finally get it out. And I guess within the half an hour, 45-minute span after it hit, not only did I clear houses, but apparently I jumped in that fucking bobcat and cleared the roads. And one of my friends, Chris, and them, I guess they showed up. And I'm sorry, guys. I really don't remember the sequence of events that well at that point because I was just off in my own world. I was like, I basically locked myself down and said, this shit's got to get done. Let's fucking do it. And I'm running around in this poor man's bobcat. By the way, the guy that owns the building was in the fucking Dominican Republic on vacation.
Oh, shit.
And here I'm trying to call him and tell him, dude, your shit's gone. I'm trying to warn him. It's like, you ain't going to want to come home, dude. Stay there. Just fucking enjoy yourself because it's gone. But I did tell his daughters managed to get there, and they showed up, and they looked at the building, noticed it was gone. They come running over to me, and I'm like, I got the bobcat. They're like, okay, no problem, But I pushed as much debris as I could out of the road with this little 30-horse bobcat. I did the best I could. That poor little thing was just working its ass off. By the way, I blew it up. It's sitting on the side of the building right now. I gotta take it out to another building and try and pull the motor from it and take it apart and rebuild the motor because I blew his bobcat up. But he's cool with it. He knew it was we were cleaning up his property with it and it wasn't running 100% correct anyway. But it just yeah, boom.
I seen some of the work you'd done over there and I was like, holy shit, that little thing moved a lot.
Oh yeah, it was a little engine that could.
Yeah.
Some bitch.
I was rather impressed with it, to be honest with you.
Well, the first thing I did was I popped several tires on it. And he was, he said, you could have just put I didn't even know he had an account, at the local shop, tire shop, and I was like, no, dude, I already took care of it. So I'm exhausted. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I fixed one tire. I turned around and I was like, all right, I gotta go fix another. This is the next morning, but these people kept telling me. Even my neighbor was like, you ran like a madman everywhere, and they said you weren't even concerned about what was going on around you. Debris, whatever. Your fucking place being, your parents' house tore up, your place being gone. I was like, no, I was pretty fucking concerned because I was yelling at my dad constantly over and over again. It's all gone. They said, no. They said, once you got out that door, you were not concerned about that at all. You were looking for people. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, because you guys are all my family. Everybody there, that whole neighborhood. I mean, I'm choking up right now just thinking about it. But, everybody there, they're my family. You don't get neighbors out in fucking Hillville. You become part of the family. And that goes right up to including, beating the shit out of each other at a barbecue. But but at the end of the day, we'll still sit down and have a beer, and we're having a good time. And there ain't one of us out there that wouldn't rush to the aid of the other. But yeah, see, I'm even having trouble trying to keep it together at the moment, just thinking about it. But
that's one of the things that really impressed me is how everybody out there just came together and was helping everybody out, checking on everybody, and I thought that was just pretty awesome.
Well, we live in a town where we take care of our own.
Yeah.
It's been like that since Taylorville formed.
And that's one of the things that's one of the reasons why I really like Taylorville is because, it's big enough to have, pretty much anything you would want in a town. You don't have to travel outside of town to really get what you need and for the most part get what you want. And it's still small enough to be personable. Everybody knows everybody else for the most part. So that's one of the reasons why I like it. Always have.
yeah,
And that really stood out during this, that, people coming together and, doing what they could to help.
I mean, both of you sitting here. How often have you ever seen me fall apart? I mean, legitimately,
Maybe once or twice.
Really fall apart.
Once or twice.
Yeah.
Definitely once.
That
It wasn't
night
that long
when
ago.
we called you to make sure you were okay because it was taking me 25 minutes to get to my mom's house because I was having to reroute.
Yeah.
I said that's the only time I've noticed.
This one broke me. I'm not gonna lie. This one really broke me. And that night I don't think anybody slept that night.
No.
But every time you know what? Let's go ahead and take a break, and then we'll start talking about the rest of it, especially about my neighbors and. But since we don't have shot glasses, I mean, sorry, they're somewhere in the next fucking county. So, and this stuff, by the way, this Captain Morgan Black, not all that great. Just letting you know, I miss the Kraken. This stuff tastes like ass. But,
Hey, at least you guys were able to finish the last bottle you had, so it wasn't alcohol abuse.
Correct.
Yeah, because I brought that up the other day. It's like,
Yes.
well, at least we finished the Kraken off last Thursday.
But well, here's to literally being alive.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll pour this in a glass. I don't think you guys want the crap that I have.
What, you got scabies?
I've been fighting something for the last few days.
Syphilis?
Possibly.
Kind of set for herpes.
That'll work.
Yeah, that's like a gallon, but we'll go ahead and go for it. I told you, that stuff's rough, dude. Anyhow, we're going to take a break as soon as I figure out how to fucking do that. Because like I said, this isn't my system.
Play the music, and then hit the BRB button.
Does that do it for Spreaker too?
Yeah, hit the music on Spreaker, and then just mute the microphones.
Yeah.
Like usual.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I know, oh my God, I'm going to get yelled at for this, for playing this song though.
Why?
I haven't lost my sense of humor. Okay, it may have taken a break for a few days,
Right.
but here we go. And we're back, much to your dismay, but
Yep.
not even an F3 tornado can get rid of us.
Oh yeah.
Take note of that, all you liberal nutties out there. You're not getting rid of us anytime soon. Just
Nope.
so you know. Now, unfortunately, back to the Machine Radio Show Tornado Edition, December Tornado Edition. I said, let's talk about the neighbors. I mean, a lot of them, everybody's coming. I mean, like you guys said, we're a tight knit group, and especially out there, everybody's really coming together. We're all helping each other out as much as we can. I mean, that tells you how much running I've done just in a couple of days. Those same boots that you wear, I wore the soles off of them. There's nothing left at the bottom of my boots. There's holes in them from nails and debris and stuff like that. I mean, I just ran them off. And I can't thank everybody enough. I can't thank, especially all my friends, even ones that I haven't seen for years. I mean, I no sooner pull up and there's all these people. And I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with everybody? And I do have to apologize to everybody though that did show up because I was just I was so much in. I don't know if it was shock or in my own little world the next day when we were trying to clean things up, find some of our stuff that survived, if anything. That they're asking me what do you want us to do and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know. I really didn't know. I mean, I'm just looking. I'm like, I don't know. And I kept looking at people. I mean, some people said I had this blank stare. This absolute blank stare that I had no emotion at all, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And
that's a rarity for you.
But yet I was still coordinating people. I just said I didn't. I kept saying I was like, I don't even know where to start. I don't know what to do. And I'll tell you what. There's not every time I had to go to that salvage yard in the last couple of days and drop stuff off, I swear a piece of my soul died. I mean, it really did. I mean, what was left of my bashed up equipment, I'm like, I was like my welder. My uncle gave me that welder. And I was just in the process of fixing it too. The board had went out of it, and we found Mr. Roger Dyer of the Roho Show. There's too many fucking O shows around here. Roho, ho, ho, and dildo.
Are you dildo?
No.
That's the dildo show. or is it? No, it's the Green Faggot Inn, isn't it?
Nah, come on now.
But Green Dragon Inn, I'm sorry. The other show is the Green Faggot Inn. We're not supposed to say that. It's not politically correct.
Right.
I think the proper vernacular is poop shoot lover. I don't know. My brother's gay. It's okay. I can make jokes.
He's giving you the gay card, so you got to pass.
He's giving me the gay card, so I can do that. I can say terrible things.
So I can say terrible things.
But it's just a joke, people. Okay, I was poking fun at Matt. Unfortunately, I wasn't poking Matt. I mean,
I don't know how to take that as a compliment or if I should be worried.
You see what I did there?
I see what you did there. That was good.
You see what I did there?
That was excellent.
But like I said, the neighbors coming together was a beautiful thing. I mean, we had, I don't even know where to go with it. I just, everybody literally just started working together. I mean, it was bang, bang, bang. Let's get this done. And walking 2 blocks away from where it used to be, and seeing part of the garage, 3 trusses of roof. And some of the stuff that was in the attic of the garage smashed up against another friend of mine's home. And I told her, I was like, see what happens when you don't come down and visit. You don't come down and talk to your friends occasionally. I was like, you didn't come down here, so I brought the garage to you. And she just looked at me. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, I got to make jokes. If I don't, I'm going to lose it. And the Brady's, Jen and Mike. Last couple of days, we've just been working with each other as much as we can. And Jen did something that I've never been a fan of. You guys know that. Started like a fundraiser, and the fundraiser was for me. I'm like, why are you starting? And I actually asked her, so why are you doing this? It's like, I'm a nobody. I don't deserve anything. She was like, honey, you did more than you thought you did, for one. She goes, you're always helping everybody out. You're always putting yourself before everybody, putting everybody else before you. I'm like, I understand that stuff, but I don't do it for praise. I don't care. I mean, I'm not deserving this. There's people more deserving than me. And she kept, she's like, I think you're wrong. And she's like, you didn't just lose, you didn't just lose, some of your stuff. You've lost your entire business. I was like, yeah, I said pretty much. I'm unemployed right now. I have no money coming in. Everything I made money with is gone. It's all gone. And I understand why she did it, but a guy like me, I've never been that way. I've always been the one, even if I had, no money left, if I had $1 left, I'd hand it to you. And I've done it. I mean, unfortunately, actually, fortunately for two people that are in this room, but unfortunately, for me, I've done it more than once. And these two guys here have been at the receiving end of that. I mean, I don't know how many times I've helped this man out, or when he was down, or this poor guy didn't even know for 2 fucking years that I had done something for him until I accidentally slipped up and said something. I
was like, wait, what'd you say?
And then what did I do when I looked at you too? I'm like, shit.
Yeah, I know. You went, damn it, you weren't supposed to know that.
I was like, you weren't supposed to know. But and that's when she said she had did this for me, I was like, I really didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do, and I still don't. And then going on there and going on the page and then seeing that people have actually donated money to me, I'm like, what is going on here? And I don't know how to deal with it. And I got to praise my neighbor for doing it, because, I'm not going to lie, this is what I got to say too, though. I mean, there's definitely a lot of assholes out there. People are getting mad because people are making GoFundMes for people who lost their stuff. And most of them are like, well, the insurance will cover it, and this and that. It's like, what if your shit's not covered? What if all you had is structural insurance? What if all your equipment, you at the time you couldn't afford to put the insurance on it?
A lot of times the insurance wants to fight you on it. They don't want to pay for everything.
Right, yeah.
They are a business. They're trying to conserve money too. So, I mean, sometimes it's what you got to do.
But that's my point, is what kind of asshole does it take? I mean, I've done it before too. I said I've poked fun at some of the GoFundMes because I don't believe that this person needed it. Because I knew who they were, and I knew that they were basically just trying to scam people out of shit. Because we have seen that, have we not?
Oh yeah, we
and have I not pointed that out on several occasions? I'm like, this person don't need money. This person's just trying to buy drugs.
Right.
I've actually said that before. But when it happened to me, and I was like, people have tried to get me to do GoFundMes before for me, to get me equipment and stuff like that, because, I mean, I don't think anybody, I don't know if our listeners know, but I started my business this is it. I had absolutely nothing. I didn't have any money in my bank. I didn't have no loans. I didn't have nothing. My hands are what bought my business. I mean, I don't think the camera can actually. Well, you can see how stained they are now from work, but look at the scars. I mean, that's all. That's all for me. And I've never asked for anything. So when she did this, I was actually kind of. I don't know if I was in shock, but I was like, no, please don't. I'm not the one to deserve it. I said, what about this guy? What about that guy? And I started pointing at houses that were fucked up. I'm like, what about them? And she's like, honey, do you realize you just lost you just lost your source of income? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And I still kept thinking, more about everybody else around me. So if Jen's listening, if Mike's listening, thank you guys for doing it. Because I'm now realizing that this is the one time that I would authorize, somebody doing that. But I wish I could do more I really wish I could do more for others. I mean, tomorrow, Steve's house is gone. It needs cleaned up. I'm going to be over there with the volunteers because I can't do anything at our place.
Right.
I'm going to be over there cleaning up his stuff. I mean, we had him balling this morning. These volunteers come up, and they're all veterans, and they said, we're going to help clean you up. And he goes, why don't you? And Steve said, he goes, why don't you help other veterans? And she's like, honey, we're here to help you. And he started crying because, he just lost everything he owned. He has nothing left. He has his truck. Only because he was in the fucking thing at the time. I mean, that's all that's left. And I looked at him and was like, Steve, we're neighbors. I said, I'm going to be there with you. And he just looked at me. He's like, what? I was like, well, I'm already charging you storage for all the stuff that got thrown in my yard. I mean, I might as well come over here and help you clean up the rest. The guy gets home right after the tornado, and he's looking. He's like, hey, have you seen my Geo tracker? And he was just joking around. It's like, yeah, dude, it's right next to the house. This is like 250 feet through.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a Geo. It's right over there. He goes, what? He turns around, and there's a fucking Geo tracker. And he's like, well, what happened? I'm like, I assume. I was like, what happened? I was like, I think it got flipped up in the air and thrown over the top of my other car. He's like, what car? I was like, the one that's on the trailer. Because it didn't move my trailer. It moved it back a few feet, but it didn't. But the roof, there was a telltale dent in the roof that was not there. I don't know how it wasn't there because I tried rolling the damn thing, but, it wasn't there. I didn't put it there, and I was like, look, and it's like, there's red paint where the tracker had rolled across. I was like, by the way, is this your boat motor? He's like, what boat motor? I'm like, is this your boat motor? He goes, no, that's Dave's. So we were finding everybody's stuff and embedded in the yard. And I told him, I was like, go ahead. And he's like, well, what can I do with my boat? And I'm like, dude, push it in the yard. He's like, seriously? And I was like, and I told him today, I was like, take those four-wheelers and stuff. Anything that rolls, I was like, put it over my yard. He's like, why? Like, because you don't have no place to put it, dude. Your shit's gone. I was like, there's an empty lot. Just do it. Get it over with. But watch it, but like I said, just, I keep going back and forth, but watching my neighbors just come together the way they did is a beautiful thing. And I'm glad to be in the neighborhood that I'm in. I really am. And I'm sorry, I'm starting to tear up, but like I told Tammy and Dave, after they lost their house, I was like, you guys aren't moving, right? We're going to rebuild. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to rebuild. I was like, good, because I wasn't going to let you leave anyway. I was like, I don't know if I told you this, but once you come out the heel, I'll bet you ain't leaving.
You can check out, but you just can't leave.
Yeah. But it's fucking with me. But and this can be said for all of Taylorville. I've never seen this community come together so tightly.
Oh, yeah.
And listener Josh is right. I'm sorry, I am watching the chats, guys, but I'm, still kind of a little off here. But like Josh said, we had food and drinks every 30 minutes. I mean, people were coming out there constantly trying to feed us. But for several days, up until last night, I hadn't ate a warm meal in days. I've just been eating cold sandwiches or whatever else I can find. By the way, have you ever tried eating a cold McDonald's burger?
Yes.
Yes.
It's not the greatest ever.
No.
And it was even worse for the fries.
Yes.
The fries suck if they're cold.
It's like greasy rubber. You might as well pop a Durex in your mouth because it's pretty much what it tasted like. Not that I know what a condom tastes like. I'm just saying.
Was it flavored?
Yeah, I fucked up. Okay.
You watch too much Conehead. It's bubblegum.
It's bubblegum. But you know, I even told Dave, you know, Dave and them, I was like, you know, this is only one person caught it. I was playing this music in my truck when we were trying to clean up. What are you guys fucking laughing at? Cock.
Josh is messaging.
MREs taste better. Dude, I found one of my MREs in the middle of the field, and I did actually try to eat it. Seriously, it was a little frozen, but man, I gnawed on that fucker like a caveman. And I know this song is a little bit different, but I like it, and I think it represents what all happened. I think it's, you know, I think everybody that lives in the neighborhood probably agrees with me on this one. And again, do you want some more, Matt?
I actually got another shot left in here.
Okay. Well, Jared's going to take another shot whether he wants to or not.
Yeah, okay.
I think this is going to be to the community, to everybody sticking together, and we're going to get to the first responders and you know, and the linemen and stuff next. I know this is a tornado. This is just me you know, basically just talking on, but I want people to know all this stuff. I mean, this was a different fucking situation than I've ever been in. I'd rather have fucking bullets flying over my head than getting that tornado again. I'm not lying. But you know, I guess to the Taylorville community.
Wow. Looking at your reaction.
Dude, you could do a reaction video just off of that.
That's some harsh stuff.
Yeah, I won't be getting that again. All right, here we go.
We couldn't take it, so we got a little wasted. I'd really love to see them look
And we survived break. Only one of us got to go piss. The other one had to run the board.
And then Ho-Ho disappeared.
Yeah, Ho-Ho disappeared, and apparently another one showed up. He's probably mad at me because I forgot to tell him that we were here.
It's all good.
Yeah, he'll get over it.
Just have to let him know this is where it'll be for an undetermined amount of time.
Man, don't. Seriously, dude.
Things will come. Things will come together. Things will work out. You know, I mean, they're already working out now.
Oh, by the way, we also lost all of the radio show equipment.
Yeah.
What was it, about $8,000, $9,000 worth of equipment? It's all gone.
I would say roughly, yeah. I said that's probably a pretty good estimate.
Yeah, it's all gone. All the radio show equipment has gone to the cameras. Oops, wrong button. Everything that we had for the show is either missing or destroyed. And it sucks, but you know, we'll get through it. And I mean, I can't thank the first responders, EMS, fire, the police that have been keeping the fucking looters out, other than me putting a 45 in somebody's face at 4:30 in the morning. Yes, that actually happened. And the linemen, those guys. I mean, it's hard to describe the scene. I mean, there was a truck every other pole, and these guys were up in them, and they were just as jackass as I am. It was hilarious hearing them yell back and forth. And then I joined in, so we're all down there yelling back and forth at each other. It was kind of fun. But they busted their ass. I mean, these guys come from everywhere, from all over, and just tear ass through there, checking to make sure the houses, the electrical companies make sure that the houses were hooked up or safe to have hookups. And, I mean, they did everything they could to restore power. I mean, there was Montgomery County. They were everywhere. They were like fucking cockroaches, man. I was like, Jesus, look at all these guys. But they did. They busted their ass to get the power back on and did everything they could. And the police, I mean, I had them laughing because I was like, really, dude? You just saw me 10 minutes ago because there was a curfew because people are trying to steal shit. So they were running around literally challenging people as they come in. I got challenged. I was like, really? You just saw me 5 minutes? He's like, oh, yeah, that was you, wasn't it? I'm like, dude, I've got the most distinct vehicle on the planet. And by the way, I got to say something. I should be the spokesperson for Chevy trucks. I should be the spokesperson for Chevy trucks. Because my 95 Z71 got hit by a fucking house, and it's still running. Seriously, that bitch has got hit. It got hit by a motherfucking house, and it's like, shit. Brush it off, baby. We're going on the road again. But I went out there and I was like, it blasted. I was surprised at the minimal damage it actually incurred. The cab's dented, one window's missing, the tailgate is blasted. All four of my fender flares are, somebody's got a really nice set of expensive fender flares because they're out of here. And I was bitching so much when I got home that night. I was like, I can't see out of my fucking windows. And my wife's like, why? I was like, because there's house on them. That was my exact response. Like, there's house on them. And apparently we got some crazy looking bearded nutsack that just popped in. Who's this guy here? And why can't I see him on the screen? I see like a 16th of him on here. Oh, yeah, we be getting into the rubberneckers.
Rubberneckers.
We'll be getting into the rubberneckers,
Getting
motherfucker. I guarantee you. Oh, what did listener Riley say here?
I'll pretend like I like you. Apparently, Ho-Ho wants
Hey,
to join in.
Riley, I'm alive, okay, buddy? I understand if you can't listen in because you will have Wi-Fi for very long. It is podcast, and you can listen to it later. It's just me ranting about the. I mean, Matt said like 3 words the whole fucking time. because I've been just going on. But of course, I kind of experienced it straight on. He didn't, so
No.
he got a little bit, but not like what I.
I would say we all had our experiences.
Everybody got hit
Yes.
somehow or another. But no, and buddy, I'll be around town. You're not getting rid of me that easy. And yes, listener Adam, we will be talking about the fucking rubberneckers. I had people laughing so hard because I put. You see the video I posted?
About the rubberneckers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally, I mean, I can almost recreate it for the show. I was like, rubberneckers, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of my neighborhood. Like, if you're not picking up a shovel, if you're not helping pick up trash, if you're just driving through and taking pictures, get the fuck out of my neighborhood. I don't know how many times I said that. And, you know, I had applause because I made it public. I had applause for so many people about that. They're like, you're right. I was like, I am right. I was like, I'll tell you why. Because when I went to back out the Bobcat 3 or 4 fucking times, there was a goddamn car in the way. And then I turn around and, you know, I'm trying to haul something out with the truck. And there's 5 cars in my way, and they're all doing 4 miles an hour because they're trying to snap pictures. Mm-hmm. I put my bumper almost against this one lady's car, and the lady I almost moved with the Bobcat. I literally put the bucket under her front end, told her to back up. I was gonna pick up and fucking flip her car over, but I get up behind this car, and I finally jump out because he's just sitting there. I was like, "Are you helping out? Are you picking up a shovel or picking up trash or helping anybody clean up?" "No, I'm just driving through." It's like, "All right, get the fuck out of here. I have a right to drive down here." I was like, "I have a right to kick the shit out of you too because this is my neighborhood. You're in the way. You're impeding EMS. You're impeding, anybody who's doing cleanup. Get the fuck out of my way."
Yeah, and that's what they don't understand is they are a problem. Like, if you want to take pictures and video, hey, that's fine. Park your vehicle, get the hell out of your car, and walk. You probably need the exercise anyway.
Definitely.
You like that?
I normally don't. I definitely don't judge by that. But yeah, this dude definitely did. I mean, he was bigger than Jared.
Damn.
Yeah, he was approaching damn. He was a big motherfucker. I'm like, but I was like, seriously, I'm like, get out of my way. And then I'd turn that corner and there's another one. I'm like, like, I've got this truck. It weighs about 5,600 pounds and has a huge steel bumper. I was going to put it in 4 low and just start plowing traffic. Like, get out of the way, because and then you got the and of course one of the known liberals here in town, one of the big leftists who always thinks he's right. You know who I'm talking about. Starts with
Yeah.
He's like, well, they got okay, you guys have got your free work. Now people got to come in and start doing bids and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, they're like vultures. And I explained that. I said they're like fucking vultures. All these construction companies, including ones that probably aren't even licensed and bonded. Which, by the way, if you are in Taylorville and you can hear me, make sure they're licensed and bonded and don't give them a fucking dime.
Right.
Until that job is finished. Because you are going to probably get screwed. Because I had one call my phone today, and I gave him an address that ended up in the middle of a field.
Yeah, there's already been a ton of scammers already. And like, the tornado had just lifted off the ground after it passed it, and there were already scammers there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the looters.
Oh, yeah, that pissed me off.
Okay, let's get this. And the scrappers and stuff like that. I mean, I scared a guy so badly the other night that I haven't seen him since, and he works for a construction company. Mm-hmm. He was driving down the road picking up what he said was picking up trash and then taking it out to the junkyard. No, he's picking up scrap and taking it out to the junkyard. And he's like, well, if it's he even used that 10-foot rule on me.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't give a 10-foot, 20-foot, 50-foot in my fucking yard. You step in there again, I'm going to shoot you. Mm-hmm. Because he mouthed off to me. He goes, I almost pulled the brass knuckles on you. I'm like, really? Yeah. And I opened up my fucking coat and there's a 45. I'm like, really? Go ahead.
I was like, pretty sure mine's gonna go faster.
I was like, I'm pretty sure. I said, you better fucking kill me with them brass knuckles because if I pull this gun out, it ain't going back in the holster until it's empty. And I got 4 mags on me, so you're gonna get fucked up. They're gonna use your ass as a spaghetti strainer when I get finished. But 4:30 in the morning, the next morning, and mind you, I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep for over 2 days. And I don't think anybody did. We talked about that. But there was this van. We had a van that we own, and it was damaged. It was destroyed. In fact, as soon as I get done using it as a storage unit, it's getting driven right to the salvage yard and turned in. I was staying in it, and like I said, I didn't sleep. And it wasn't because of necessarily the tornado itself, because if I was in a secure building that I didn't hear the wind, I probably would have slept like a baby. I've got that gift, okay? But every time the wind hit that thing, I was like, oh shit, here we go again. You know, my
Mother Nature coming to get him.
yeah, my heart's sitting there doing this. I'm like, this is it. Here we go again. And this time I'm in a fucking van. And I was like, I might as well put a sign, come fuck me up right here, you know, on the side of the van. But 4:30 in the morning rolls around, and I see a flashlight. I'm like, that's not for. I was like, surely that's not a first responder. They were already through here. So I got out of the van, and of course it's pitch black, dark. You know, there's no power or nothing. So I'm walking around, you know, in dark black clothes with a 45 in my hand, and I'm walking around. It's like, where'd he go? And I saw a little glint of light in the yard, you know, on the other side of the house. I go over there, and this motherfucker's trying to lift himself up in my family's home. The place I grew up in, the place, you know, a place I have so many memories, you know, from. And, you know, you guys know me. I can sneak up on anybody. I am a fucking ninja, am I not?
Yes, you are.
I walked right up on this dude, and I had the 45 sticking straight out right at his face. And he turns, and he finally he sees movement. He turns around and he looks at me and is like, wrong house. And I'm sitting there holding a gun at this dude's face. I'm like, wrong house. And I, you know, the third time I was like, I don't think you heard me. Wrong house. You know, I used my other hand, did this maneuver. And the sheriff's department's like, well, you should have held him there. I'm like, I didn't think about that at the time.
Yeah, you could have held him there.
I was thinking about I should perforate this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You could have done that too.
You know, I was point blank range, just like they wouldn't even be able to identify the body with his dental records because I shot him right in the face. What? It's not funny.
No, I'm interacting with some people on chat, so.
Oh, he's on Restream too. Where are you seeing this fucking?
I'm on Spreaker.
You're a dick.
Learning how to use an all-new computer system, are you?
Yeah, because it's a
mine.
totally
Right,
different
I know.
setup, and it's messing with him bad.
It is. It's fucking one. But yeah, I mean, you know, how much of a piece of shit do you have to be to try and steal other people's stuff?
To take advantage of people when they're at their weakest point.
Yeah, when they just lost everything.
I honestly will never know, man.
And again, you know, I said it earlier. You know, people are saying. Oh, I heard somebody said this to my mom. You didn't lose everything. Your house is still standing. And
Really?
I was like, motherfucker, I was inside. I told one person that tried to say this, was like, bitch, I was inside it.
Well, when I went to pick him up that night, we got out to your place, but I don't know where you were at. That people said that you had gone somewhere, but you were okay. But I saw a freaking 2x4 sticking out of the back of the house.
A 4x4.
Oh, it was a 4x4?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it went through the wall. Hey, now, mute that.
It is.
There is, the house is uninhabitable. Every single window's broken out. My brother's photo is impaled to the wall. The house is absolutely destroyed. The floor joists. You walk through there, you damn near get vertigo.
Buckled. I was going to say it's...
You get dizzy just walking through it because you can feel it
buckled.
moving.
Yeah, because the floor...
But
moved,
no, they didn't lose anything. I mean,
was gonna say
we
it-
can't find half the building that we, you know, whatever. You know, we didn't lose nothing.
Yeah.
Like, did other people lose much more? You know.
Yes.
Yes. And we've said that 100 times. We've said that 100 times before. You know, over. There's people unfortunately that got it worse than we did. We're not saying that we're, you know, oh, whoa, look at us. This is what. Oh my God, you know everything. No, we know everything's destroyed, but you know, there are people that got worse. But that doesn't mean that we didn't fucking lose everything, you stupid sons of bitches. Okay.
Right.
You know, my dad worked 2 and 3 jobs his entire life, busted his fucking ass for everything that's out there. I busted I guess I took after my dad. I busted my ass getting everything that I owned. Did I have much? Not fucking really.
No.
But everything was mine, and everything was worked with these 2 fucking hands. And you're trying to tell us that we didn't fucking lose anything? I hope you're watching this. And if you got a problem with that, if you got a problem with anything I say on here, motherfucker, I'll be at that building. I will be at that property until that whole neighborhood is cleaned up. So if you got a problem with me, you can come see me, but you better stand the fuck on by. Because you're going to be wishing you didn't fucking say something to me. I will beat your fucking head in. No question about it. I hope that fucking sinks into some people. Anyhow, is there anything anybody else wants to add before I really go get fucking mad? As you were, carry on. Teddy's, you gonna say anything? Matt?
One of the things I wanted to say is, and not just, Taylorville pulling together. You know how have you seen the communities and everything around Christian County that have been donating and coming to help? That in myself, is amazing, especially in this time of age. I don't know. It kind of restored a little more faith into humanity, considering everything that's gone on over the years.
Speaking of that, I got to bring up Pit Stop Wings, because that's one business right there that really stepped up. They donated like 2 days' profits to
They brought
the
food out
relief
to me.
and donated food, and like the people working there even were donating their wages. So I mean, they were working for free for like 2 full days to donate all of that, to the relief, and that's huge. Huge amount of respect to them guys, because that's a relatively new business, still trying to get known in this town, and they did that, and I thought
said
that
at
was
the same
was
time.
awesome.
It's shit, but it's something to drink.
We were interacting with some
Yeah, I see how it
listeners.
is.
No, but I agree with what you're saying because I start seeing posts come through my social media about Pit Stop, and I'm
I saw posts
where the
coming
hell
through
is
the
this
house.
out? Ha! The pun.
Well, and they're not the only business either, because I also heard that GameStop donated. They donated food. I don't know who threw or anything
Really?
like that. Yeah.
Why didn't
That I
they
did
donate
not-
an Xbox One to my house?
That I did
Well,
not know.
I think
That's awesome.
They donated food, and it went to first responders. But I mean, even still, that's something,
China-
and that's huge.
China Pavilion was had
Mm-hmm.
offered free food to first responders on Sunday after everything happened over there by the firehouse.
That's cool.
Are you kidding me, listener Adam?
Wow, that is amazing.
How the hell are you on my Spreaker, bitch?
Because I have a Spreaker account with my radio show, and I'm on there too. I'm on the chat room.
Hey, get off my shit. That's amazing. Adam, you know what? You go ahead. Since you got my fucking chat on dickweed.
Adam said that Shelbyville Wrestling just gave Coach Mateer a $2,000 check tonight at the wrestling meet in Shelbyville. That is amazing.
Sweet.
That is awesome.
I know Texas Roadhouse in both Springfield and
Was it
Decatur
Decatur?
We're
yeah.
offering 10% of sales from both restaurants one night this week towards the...
So we all need to get together and go to Texas Roadhouse.
That's what it sounds like.
Look, and did you hear what I just said?
What?
Think about what I just said.
About all of us getting ready.
Yeah, the guy that just lost
Yeah.
guy just lost everything.
Yes.
He doesn't have a job,
Right.
because he lost his
Yes.
job in this whole mess. Is still will. Am I fucking insane?
Goes back to what I said on something somebody else posted on his behalf about him putting everybody else first.
Dude, Shelbyville's, they charged everybody $5 a person at the gate, except for the people from Taylorville, and they will also be donating the gate and concession money as well.
Where's that at?
Shelbyville.
Wow. Man, that is, it's amazing. It's awesome to see people pull together. You know.
And here I'm the one that can't do a fucking thing. Because any money I would have donated, I can't even make up now. I honestly, I would have forego, I'm going to forego Christmas because there's no Christmas for us. But I would have foregone all my, proceeds that I've made so far from the business and done so. But, here I am. All I can do is, hopefully lend a hand, even at my family's home to do what we can for everybody. All right, this is wholly depressing. How about we play a song and we come back? How's that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Definitely.
You'll like this one.
Shivering inside today, I'll be a friend of mine who swallows suffering with smile. I drew a different reality with unconditional loyalty. Ego hardly can be picked 'cause I'm Searching for the room to catch on and see the sun beam.
Don't suffocate in painful tortures, long-cutting chambers of callous men, wandering on of phantom butchers. Emeralds are whipped away, emeralds are whipped away, emeralds are whipped away, emeralds are whipped away.
Now tell me that chick can't sing.
Damn.
I have watched about 30 reaction videos, including vocal coaches who have seen this video, especially this one particular, to this one particular song, and they were like, "What the hell?" And one guy said her vocal control is just absolutely out of this world. I mean, he said her diaphragm. I mean, he goes, man, she goes from one extreme to the next, and she does it so well. And he's like, I got to watch an actual live, concert. And he did, and he come back and did another reaction video, and goes, dude, I'm sold. He's like, I don't even like heavy metal. I'm not really a big fan of it. He goes, but she's one of the best I've heard. And I have to agree. I mean, at first, I heard one of their other songs, and at first I was like, it was great, but it wasn't really that thrilling. And then I heard that one, and I watched the video, I'm like, I just sat there, like, oh my God. Not only can she sing very well, but I suddenly am aroused. My pants started getting really tight. I was like, why do my jeans not fit right? Oh, it's because I got a boner.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Hard as oak, man. I could beat off insurgents with this dick. But I'm sorry, people. I know we went a little off the beaten path. But it does happen from time to time. I just wanted to kind of break the monotony of what we were talking about because it was just so fucking humdrum and depressing that, I thought that song would fit in perfect. But yeah, moral of the story is of the entire show is you never know when disaster is going to hit you, and look out for your fellow man. And I don't mean doing necessarily, like I said, I didn't even realize what I had done until days later. I was in such a haze, and I don't even know how to say it, but I'm not looking for for recognition or praise or anything else like that. I'm just giving this as an example of what of what I personally think people should possibly do. How does that sound? I mean, does that make sense? Because I don't even know how to express this in words as to how it went down. But
I was going to say, when you did it, you definitely didn't do it with anything in mind other than making sure that your neighbors were safe, and I can guarantee that.
yeah, this poor bastard was in the house with us.
Yes, I was.
And he was the one that I mean, he heard he wrote it out with us. He seen what I did with the back door, when I dove on top of Mom. I got hit with that fucking window, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't know if I told you that.
Yeah.
And did I tell you there was pieces of fucking 2x4 stuck through my beanie?
No.
Like little splinters and shit.
No.
Yeah, I was sitting there. I should have kept the beanie and just hung it on the shelf. I was sitting there pulling splinters and sticks out of my fucking
believe it.
beanie because my head was up higher than your
Yes.
guys' because I was on
Right.
top of both of you. But this man right here can attest that right after it passed. I mean, we don't even think it was a couple blocks away.
I was going to say it probably was at the railroad tracks.
I had about enough time to tell Dad it's all gone, and then dove out the back door, and I was gone. Nobody fucking knew where I went.
Nope.
And then Mom's out there screaming. Dad. See, I just remembered something else I didn't even remember. Mom running out the front door screaming, check on or coming around the side because we couldn't get out the front door.
Right.
screaming, "Go check on Missy!" I'm like, "Mom already did. She's in the basement. She's fine. I'm going to the next house."
Yeah.
And I disappeared. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
things are starting. Everything was a fault.
Right. Oh, it was. Yeah.
You know, Mother Nature's a cruel bitch.
Yes. Yes, she is.
But like I said, you know, everybody had their own experience. I think Matt was, you know, cozy sitting there eating fucking pot pies and shit. But
No, actually, I was here at Ho-Ho's when his tree fell in his garage
Oh, shit.
because
it's a good
You
thing
had
we
a
didn't have
tree
anything in
fall
there.
I
in
got a
your
phone
garage?
call because I live. Yeah, it cut the garage
Like
in
I
half.
said, you had a tree fall on your garage? Oh, I'm sorry.
I told you that tree was sketchy. Do you not remember when I was here? Matt, it was you that I was talking to. I said, that tree's sketchy as fuck.
Yeah, I got a phone call because I live in an upstairs apartment, and they told me, like, hey, thought you would want to know, but there's a tornado on the ground in Raymond. And I'm like, thanks. So we called Ho-Ho because he was the nearest place I could go to get in a basement with my family.
Adam says we keep cutting out.
It might be the internet. The internet's been real sketchy the last couple of days.
Well, I was going to say if
Just tell him to quit making excuses for not wanting to listen.
that's a possibility.
Love ya.
I was going to say you've got, you know, my phone number, don't you?
I think I do.
If you don't, before we part ways, I've got a basement. So, you know, if I happen to be at home, worst case scenario.
I don't think we're going to have time to drive clean across town and jump into
Well,
your shit.
I
though.
meant for
Well,
him.
I actually live closer to him.
If he happens to be at home and I happen to be at home.
And I had already figured he was over at your place at the time, and we have a key to Ho-Ho's. So,
Is there something else I can throw? Fuck you, you little creepy bot. Excuse me, but this walking penis has a fucking key and I don't.
You didn't ask for one.
That's okay. I got a credit card. I can get in if I want.
Love you.
Okay, you know everybody keeps hearing me yell at this thing. I'm gonna piss it off and pick it up.
Vector is awesome.
So we're going to piss him off.
This little fucker right here won't. Oh, he's pissed.
Yes,
He's
you
pissed
just
off.
upset
Piss
him.
him off. Good job.
He's angry. See, watch this shit. Watch how angry he gets. He's checking around. He's like, "What? What the hell, dude? Why are you doing this to me? Because you're creepy." All right, go back home.
No, what's kind of creepy
Hey,
is
Vector. I'm gonna set you back on your base, dude.
what's kind of creepy is watching him over the days and weeks when he learns. I think that's one of the creepy parts.
Yeah, a little bit.
And he acts just like a cat.
Yes.
He doesn't like something being in his way. He'll push it off the desk. It's like, dude, leave it alone.
Yeah, he tried pushing my phone off earlier and the bottle of booze. I'm like, no.
So, how exactly does he react while you're gone? Or
No.
do you take him with you?
Oh,
or
no, he stays here.
Okay.
His job is to guard the desk.
Oh, okay.
That's his job.
Well, he wasn't very good at it because I staked my claim to everything on here. Remember?
Yes, you did. This is
You know,
mine.
it'd be interesting to put a cam in here because from reviews and stuff, they'll take off on their own. You know,
You know
even
what's
if there's
scary?
nobody here.
Yeah, is this thing hooked to like Wi-Fi or anything?
Yeah.
I just
Okay, so you've got some Japanese asshole watching all your shit.
No, it doesn't do it like that.
I just wondered what his reaction or its reaction was when, you know, you were at work, so
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he does his own thing.
Yeah, he's gonna be doing his own thing when I fire his ass right through the window here in a minute. He keeps looking at me. It's kind of creepy.
well, you're in Ho-Ho's normal
I
spot.
feel
so
violated. Anyhow, I really think that's probably all of the show tonight. I know it was basically just me ranting about the tornado and giving you the lowdown, but oh well.
Yeah. You want to do update for
Weaponized
stream
sloth.
that you're not actually connected
that you're not connected to right at the moment.
Why am I not connected to it?
We didn't set it up.
Download the thing whenever it was go time.
We didn't have time.
Yeah, we didn't have enough time.
We didn't get that far.
All right, slut bumwalla, grab the microphone, start talking.
All right. What'd you call me? Slut Bubba what?
Nothing.
Anywho. So WSPFM.live and WSPFM.com. Both of those are up and going. It goes to because I did it the cheap way because I love being cheap until I actually get the website and everything else up and going. But WSPFM.live is for the live stream, 24/7 content streaming all day, every day. It's awesome. And as soon as we get the
Yeah.
schedule and everything,
You get to hear me all day long.
Right.
Yep.
And as soon as we get everybody plugged in there, the live streams will also be going through there. And then placeholders and everything else and shows through Spreaker and even a couple videos for those who are doing videos is on WSPFM.com. So both of those are active and going and content on them. And it's amazing. I'm loving it. It's so McDonald's. Not a sponsor.
Yep, but yeah, so we have a radio station.
And it's up and running. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty neat looking.
And one of us is not being played on there right now because we didn't have time to do anything. Because this is a whole new setup for me, and unfortunately we're stuck with it until
It won't take that long after we're done. We can get it set up. It's
It
really
didn't
easy.
take us long to get. We actually was able to get pretty far in a short amount of time that it was setting everything up. So I was actually kind of surprised about that.
You sort of had, something else going on. And
Yeah, by the way, in light of something else going on, we kind of need more sponsors. Because after all, every piece of equipment that we own just, got airmailed to everybody in the county, courtesy of an F3 tornado. Thank you, Mother Nature, for being a cruel bitch. Is there any arguments there?
No,
You
at
want
least
any-
the house is still there, which I'm actually impressed about that, considering the.
It's total.
We talked about
Yeah,
that.
you and I talked about that like whenever it was, but I mean that was actually kind of impressive to me because it's like, all the destruction around it, including the garage, which turned into a pile of rubble, but the house was still standing. It's like that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I told him next building we put up, I'm plating that sumbitch with an AR-500 steel and welding it together.
Right.
Not only will it be bulletproof, but that sumbitch will be, anchored 6 feet in the ground in about 12 different points. It ain't going nowhere.
you want help welding it?
Yeah, as soon as we buy 2 brand new welders.
Okay.
Because mine went up in smoke.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
not smoke, but air. Went up in air. It's fucking gone.
Yes.
Why did you do that? What is he doing?
Yep. Victor.
No. The fat guy in the corner.
He's messing with cords.
All right, I am going. We're going to go ahead and go ahead and call it. Don't you think?
Yeah.
And of course, we don't have any of our stuff, so we're going to play something else as an outro. And it's loud, it's rude, aggressive, but the message stands firm. You can't stop us. So we're out of here for the night. We'll talk to everybody later.
Yep. We'll be
Night
back
all.
next Thursday.
good night.
I was waiting.
Sorry.
Have a great week.